Breaking now, CISA added CVE 2026-20349 to the known exploited vulnerabilities catalog today, August 11, 2026. Federal agencies have until August 14 to remediate, under CISA direction, so this is a 3-day clock. The affected products are Cisco Secure Firewall Adaptive Security Appliance, known as ASA, and Secure Firewall Threat Defense, or FTD. These sit at the edge of many networks. If remote access SSL VPN is exposed, the stake is not data theft from this CVE as described. The stake is availability. An unauthenticated remote attacker can cause the device to reload unexpectedly. CVE 2026-20349 is a high-severity vulnerability in the remote access SSL VPN service on Cisco ASA software and Cisco FTD software. The NVD description says the issue is due to insufficient error checking when processing HTTP requests. The result is a denial of service condition. In plain English, the firewall can reload when it receives certain network input to the SSL VPN service. The CVSS score is 8.6, with network attack vector, low complexity, no privileges required, and no user interaction required. The listed impact is availability only. Confidentiality and integrity are scored as none in the CVSS vector provided. CISA KEV membership is the key signal here. CISA does not add a vulnerability to KEV because it is interesting on paper. The catalog is for vulnerabilities known to be exploited in the wild. That means defenders should treat this as active operational risk, even though the EPSS value shown here is 0.000 and the percentile is 0.00. EPSS is a forecast. KEV is a confirmation signal from CISA. The required action says to apply mitigations in accordance with vendor instructions, while aligning with BRD 2604 risk-based update guidance and CISA's forensics triage requirements. The affected product family is Cisco Secure Firewall ASA software and Cisco Secure Firewall Threat Defense software. The vulnerable service named in the description is Remote Access SSL VPN. So the first concern is any ASA or FTD device running that service, especially if it is reachable from the internet. These appliances are often used as perimeter firewalls, VPN gateways, and security enforcement points. That makes them high-value infrastructure, even when the flaw is only a denial of service. If your organization relies on Cisco ASA or FTD for remote access, branch connectivity, emergency administration, or security boundary control, this belongs at the top of today's firewall queue. The real-world danger is disruption. A reload on an edge firewall or VPN gateway can drop active remote access sessions, interrupt business workflows, and create a temporary loss of control at the network boundary. For some environments, that may mean help desk spikes and remote workers locked out. For others, it can affect site access, security monitoring paths, or administrator connectivity. This CVE is not described as allowing data theft or code execution in the provided scoring, but availability loss on a security appliance is still serious. Attackers do not need to steal data to cause damage. They can create downtime, confusion, and response pressure. Start with asset inventory. Find every Cisco ASA and Cisco FTD device you operate, including primary, secondary, lab, disaster recovery, and managed service deployments. Then identify whether remote access SSL VPN is enabled and whether that service is reachable from untrusted networks. Confirm the exact software versions and compare them with Cisco's advisory and mitigation instructions for CVE 2026-20349. Do not stop at the obvious production pair. Look for old VPN endpoints, temporary remote access devices, and appliances owned by business units. If the device is internet-facing and supports SSL VPN, treat it as a priority until you prove it is not exposed. The action is straightforward. Follow Cisco's instructions for CVE 2026-20349 and apply the recommended mitigations or updates. CISA's federal deadline is August 14, 2026, and that date should be your urgency anchor, even if you are not a federal agency. For exposed firewalls, schedule emergency change control now. If mitigation is required before a software update can be applied, document what was changed, when, and on which device. Align the work with CISA's BOD 2604 risk-based update guidance and the referenced forensics triage requirements. If you operate managed firewalls, get written confirmation from the provider. For detection, focus on symptoms and device telemetry. Look for unexpected reloads on ASA or FTD appliances. Review logs for crash events, failover activity, sudden uptime resets, and remote access SSL VPN session drops. Check monitoring systems for brief outages, high availability transitions, and spikes in VPN reconnects. Security teams should correlate firewall events with help desk reports of remote access failures. Network teams should preserve relevant logs before they rotate. Because CISA references forensics triage requirements, do not wipe evidence while rushing remediation. Capture device state, versions, timestamps, and the exposed service status. Then patch or mitigate in a controlled, documented way. Bottom line, CVE 2026-20349 is now in CISA's KEV catalog as of today, August 11, 2026. It affects Cisco ASA and Cisco FTD remote access SSL VPN service, and can let an unauthenticated remote attacker cause an unexpected device reload, creating a denial of service condition. The CVSS score is high at 8.6. Known ransomware use is unknown, and EPSS is listed as 0.000, but KEV listing means known exploitation. Inventory your ASA and FTD devices, check SSL VPN exposure, follow Cisco guidance, and use August 14th as the deadline. Subscribe to Daily Ranked CVE Brief for fast, defense-only coverage.